Just want to share with you what happens with our Passion Play. It started about 30 years ago, maybe even longer than that, long before I got here. And each year we add some new things to it. And the goal for this whole thing is to, we have our people invite their friends to come and watch the Passion of Christ. And then we give an altar call, invite people to come and accept Christ. We have several hundred people accept the Lord, and consequently from, as I said, from all over the country. And then we send the names of the people to the pastors of the community where they're from, and hopefully they follow up on them. It's really been a very popular presentation in our area. We've had people come from several hundred miles away and even spend the night in some of the hotels. This year we have over 100 people on the stage, and they not only learn their lines, but they practice the music, and they pray a lot and ask the Lord to anoint and bless the production, so that when we actually put it on, and we do it for 10 different performances, and usually the place is packed. We turn people away some nights. We are able to put together really, I think, one of the finest Passion Plays in the area, in fact, in the country.
My name is Nancy Ward, and I'm one of the directors of Easter Live at Christian Life Center. It's a Passion Play that this church has been doing for probably around 20 years. And my husband and I have been the music pastors here for 10 years. So we've been directing the drama along with another gal, Michelle Watson. And this year the story, we always tell the story of the Passion of Christ. And we usually kind of try to tell it through somebody's eyes to see and relate how it might affect somebody. And this year we're actually kind of coming from the possibility of the angle of the soldier that said at the cross, "Surely this man was the Son of God." We did some research and discovered that there were Roman soldiers that were sympathetic to the cause of Christ, and even some that became followers after his death. And so we kind of just took some dramatic liberty, but tried to really keep true to some historical things that we read. And that's the story that we're kind of portraying, how the death of Christ and the resurrection affected this soldier. This play starts usually mid-January when we have casting calls, and we'll usually have about 100 people come out for the play. People come and they audition, they read different parts, they sing first songs, and that's about a 2-week process, and then we cast the play and we get rolling with rehearsals. Usually we're rehearsing by the end of January. So we had a few questions that people have asked about the play, and we try to kind of take a different twist on the drama every year, but there will always be the accounts of the Passion, the triumphal entry, the Last Supper, the garden, the crucifixion, death, and resurrection of Christ. And of course, we feel like this is a gift to our community. We don't charge. The production costs roughly $12,000, but people give in the offering. They give free will, and we usually cover our expenses, and that's kind of our gift to the community, and we're grateful for that. So we're just hoping that it'll be a blessing to people. It'll be something that will encourage them in their faith, and something that will maybe change their life for the better. Speaking about the part of Jesus, in my time here, we came in 1994. We've only had 2 men that have played Jesus. One of them is Keith White, and he's actually playing Jesus this year. And the other one is Ed Montoya, and he's the manager of Jiffy Lube down on Brook Street. Both very wonderful guys with great hearts and a real a deep kind of faith in doing the part of Jesus. I think it's affected them. I think it's strengthened them, and they have certainly both done a fantastic job. We spend about $200 to $300, actually probably closer to $300 on special effects makeup for just the part of Jesus. It's pretty graphic for a live play in the crucifixion part, and we have different effects that we do, bruises and cuts and things that we do to really try to really portray the suffering of Jesus. And we have the cast basically just kind of wears a basic stage makeup, but we have different things that we try to do with special effects as far as makeup goes. We have if you can imagine 100 people shuffling through a room, putting their makeup on before every drama. We have 2 or 3 ladies in the church that help, and we have a couple ladies that just do the makeup for Jesus and clean him up after the crucifixion, get him ready to rise again and ascend. As much as you see people on the stage doing the things that they do, we have a ton of people that are backstage in the makeup room, in the costumes, in the effects, the smoke, the lighting, the thing that do all the stuff that make it go. Probably at least about 150 people are involved by the time we're done with all the stuff that everybody's doing, lights and sound and all that kind of stuff. So it's quite an undertaking for our church. We tell people that it's a commitment for 3 months, and then when they get to the drama, just give us 2 weeks of your life, because it just about takes solid 2 weeks every day, every night to make it happen. And but the people that do it, it's like a big family when we're all done, and we miss each other when we're done. So it's really fun. It's a lot of fun.
Hello, I'm Scott Ward, and I'm one of the co-music pastors here at Christian Life Center Church. My wife and I co-direct the play, and I am actually the inheritor of the technical direction side of the play. Usually what we do when we decide on the effects that we use for the play, we look to try to duplicate as many actual effects that could have been or would have been used during the time that this play actually took place. And oftentimes we will go, and during the crucifixion, we have a biblical account of the storm was happening because you had lightning, you had darkening of the sky, you have different things implied in Scripture that were happening. So we go ahead and for dramatic effect and to supplement the play, we go and create lightning effects. We use different strobe lights and whatnot to simulate lightning happening in the sky above the cast. We do things, especially things with our lighting, as far as duplicating like a nighttime scene or a darkening of the sky scene with some of the lighting. We will actually use theatrical smoke in our play, like a fog fluid generated to create kind of an eerie scene with smoke and the rising fog. And also with our sound effects, we will simulate like a thunder cracking in the background, a feeling of a building storm or something happening. So those are some of the special effects that we would use during the crucifixion. During the nailing of the cross, that is actually the guards in our play, the guys playing the guards, using a hammer and hitting a metallic surface or a wood-supported metallic surface to simulate that sound of the nailing. During different times in the play, we'll use a mini-disc segment that would be generated, the sound of a whip when we were whipping Jesus, different sounds of a thunder crash or an explosion, the tomb door when it rolls, we have a sound effect using the boulder rolling, and we would use the segments throughout the play to do those on cue to happen at the right time. When we choose to pick the makeup and the cosmetic and the special effects items that we would use for our cast for the play every year, we go with we go to a theatrical company and research their catalogs and see what is available in the way of their theatrical stage products that they make for plays. And one of the items that we've used and continue to use through the years is a stage blood. It actually can be purchased from a theatrical supply store, a specialty store that supplies theaters and people that put on performances, put on plays. And it is actually made of almost like a corn syrup type of a base, I think, with some coloring and whatnot added. But it's made to look like real blood. It's made to run like real blood, flow like real blood. And we actually go through quite a bit of it. I'm not sure exactly how many pints or quarts we use during a process of a year, but we do purchase quite a bit. Special effects we use complement that and try to bring realism, try to give them an environment that we create with the special effects, movie magic, if you will, or special things that we would do in the way of a play to help the cast member feel like when they're delivering that line, they're actually there. That's what's actually happening. And of course, for the audience's benefit, to be able to see a special effect complements their ability to have a realistic play and think of it that they're experiencing something in a realistic fashion. So that's why we use special effects. Myself, as the technical director, I choose to sit near the front. And the reason I sit up near the front is so when we do a blackout and we see the lighting goes dark, I'm close enough as the director to see if the stage is clear so that I can call cues to when we're ready to raise the lights back up again. I'm close enough to connect with my wife, who's the drama director, if she has spontaneous changes or if she has things that have to happen that she knows when they need to happen. She can catch eyes with me and I can help them happen. For my number of backstage people involved as well that have to be backstage to help facilitate the passing of the microphones from cast member to cast member, technical people that turn on the smoke at the proper time, turn on fans or lighting or different things at proper times. So all of the technical people have their special places that they operate. Of course, we're also very concerned with safety. We have people looking out to make sure that the things are clear and things are not going to happen. When the cross is put into position, the guards have finished putting Jesus on the cross, nailing him, simulated nailing of him, and where the cross is then raised into the upright position. And we actually have done a couple of little special things to ensure that our character that plays Jesus does not fly into the audience at that point or fly onto the forward part of the stage when he comes up. And a couple of things are where the holders that actually he's hanging on the cross are simulated. They look like where nails would actually be placed through his wrist or through his hands. Those are actually like a holder that is affixed to the cross so that he can have somewhere to hold on to and prevents him from coming forward. In previous years, we've actually used a harness that's behind him that is not seen by the audience to kind of grab hold of him. I think in the last couple of years, he's been secure enough where we've not had to add that, which means that it's less time for him to get situated before they have to bring him up into position. And of course, there's a footrest that he stands on that he can kind of grab hold on with his feet and kind of help steady himself. In Scripture, of course, that there were nails passed through, and a lot of people historically think passed through both feet. They would lay one foot over the other foot and pass a single spike through both feet. And we have a hard time duplicating something like that live, obviously, but the feet are positioned in the position that would have had a spike come through them if it would have been a real crucifixion. Ascension, that is our climax to our play. We have for many years. We have a hoist and rigging and pulleys designed to raise our character Jesus to simulate the scriptural account of when Jesus was taken back into heaven. We try to coincide that with many other things that are happening from a technical standpoint simultaneously. We have lighting changes, we have smoke being interjected into the room to create a cloud effect, so he would raise into the clouds. We have usually a musical cue going on at that time. We have staging of the cast members as they're moving from one position to the next happening at that same time. And there are certain things that we can do on the stage and certain things that only movies can do and hide, but we try to give the best authenticity to the scene that we can in a live play.
My name is Holly Jo, and I'm a dancer and a chorus member. And the play has taken a lot of time. We practice every Sunday from January to the end of April, or the middle of April, I guess. And it's a lot of fun. I love performing. It's an amazing experience. And what's great about it is that we're winning hearts for Jesus Christ, and that is very important. I've met a lot of cool people by doing this, and probably the best part or the reason that I stay in it is just the fact of being in the presence of the Lord. It's an amazing thing, and it's just, I think people should come to this play because it's very heart-touching, and it's amazing to see what exactly happened to this man and what exactly he did for everybody. And I think that everybody should come see it. Not only that, but it's wonderfully performed, and it's a wonderful piece, even if you don't believe in the Savior.
Hello, my name is Diana Heinrich. This year I am in the Passion Play, and I am a townsperson. We started practicing in January, and we practice once a week on Sundays, Sunday afternoons. And as it gets closer to the performance, we will start practicing 2 to 3 times a week, probably like 2.5 to 3 hours at a time. There are several different scenes that I am in. One that's very powerful for me is when Jesus comes in and there's a big celebration and everybody's dancing and celebrating the fact that he is the Messiah and the long-awaited one. And it just excites me. And of course, the crucifixion is another scene that's very hard for me. I cry because it's so wrenching to see someone that depicts so much love and so much this healing to be crucified on that cross. Then his resurrection is so very important, and we don't give enough credit to that, because it's because of his resurrection that we can live and that we can have that life and have it more abundantly. And I would like to invite every single person that's watching this to come and watch this Passion Play and to ask God what it is that he will reveal to them that they can do in their life to enrich their life and to bring them to a fullness that only Jesus can offer you.
Hello, my name is Chuck Cochran. Been attending Christian Life Center for about 3 years now, and I've been privileged to be a part of the Passion Play since I started coming here. Nancy and Scott have done a wonderful job with it. The thing I love most about it is the fact that the whole purpose of the play is to reach out to people and in order to bring them to Christ. The reason I'm involved in it is because I want to see people come to Christ. It's been a passion of mine for a number of years, and it's just my way of being able to be a small part of a very large undertaking. It's one of those things that takes it's definitely a team effort. There's really nobody that can say they did anything really alone, because it's a team action. Probably the best part of it is that everyone there really has the same kind of goal, and that's to see people brought to Christ. And Nancy and Scott are so good at making people feel at ease, and they're not perfectionistic, but yet they do a fine job of bringing a high quality performance. So it's just a privilege to be a part. And
Hi, my name is Chris Jones. I play Commander Marcus in the play this year. Commander Marcus is a commander in the army of Rome, but throughout the course of the play, he actually begins to see Jesus. He do some miracles, heal people, and do some incredible things. And Commander Marcus actually becomes a believer in Jesus at the end after the crucifixion, and believes that what he's done is wrong, but he was really only a soldier of Rome and was just following orders. So he actually does a transformation from the beginning, where he's against the Jewish people and being a Roman, to the end where he's actually feeling empathy for the Jewish people, and a believer in Jesus. So it's kind of a neat role. For me, it's a little bit different because it shows a whole range of emotions this year as opposed to other years that I've been in the play. What the play really means to me, it's our way to illustrate the life and death of Jesus and his resurrection to people who might not get the chance to see that, and might not come to church and be able to see that type of story. And when I'm on stage, I try and actually get into the role. Like, I think that when I'm out there, I'm actually trying to act like I am a Roman. So when I'm actually on stage, I try and put myself in the shoes of the character that I'm playing. So I try and experience the emotions that he would be experiencing. And we do the play 10 times. So, after doing it a couple times, you really, you anticipate, what things in the scene are coming up and who's going to be speaking to you, and kind of the emotions that are running through your head. It's really, it can be really powerful, and there's lots of times, backstage during some scenes, that are really emotional, that there'll be a lot of people crying, me included. And, it's a great experience being part of it. The Passion Play is actually really cool, and one of the neat things about it is, at the end of the play, when Jesus ascends up into the clouds and all the crowd and all the audience starts clapping, it's an awesome feeling just to know that they've experienced the emotions that we were trying to give them from the stage. And so if you're free the 10 days around Easter, because I know you will be, come and see the Passion Play, because it's really a great experience, and your life will be changed for forever.
We'd like to invite any and all of you really to come and join us. The dates are on this video, so you can pick the date that you think would be best for you. And as I said, our goal really is to have people know who Jesus is. You probably had the opportunity of seeing Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ, and this really tells the same story as that. So at the movie, you're not given an invitation to come and accept Christ, but we would like for that to be the final product, so that you can have the opportunity to not only see the play, but also to have a relationship with Christ. I believe that religion is something a lot of people have, but we are talking about a relationship. And I would encourage you to come and join us, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. God bless you.